19th, 2026, the 364th day of the Sex Offender Administration. Two high-speed trains collided and then derailed Sunday evening in southern Spain, killing at least 21 people and injuring dozens more, according to officials. Two trains in Spain derailed mainly in the plain. The Department of Justice on Friday sued Virginia for not handing over state voter data, the latest among 14 states the department has targeted in an effort to retrieve registration information from individuals across the country since last year. Yes, Virginia, there is a just cause. Democrat Abigail Spanberger was sworn into office Saturday as Virginia's first female governor amid a cold drizzle outside the state capitol after centuries of men holding the Commonwealth's top office. Spanberger plans to prove that the best man for the job is a woman. Argentine President Javier Milei could face an impeachment trial in Congress, opposition lawmakers said on Saturday, after the libertarian leader touted a cryptocurrency which crashed soon after. Milei posted on X recommending the little-known crypto coin, Dollar Libra, which soon after shot up to nearly $5 a piece, only to drop to $1 a piece within hours. Milei and friends sold high, and everyone else got sold out. This has been the Dr. Reverend Jelly Roll with headlines and punchlines for January 19th, 2026, the 364th day of the Sex Offender Administration. Join me live at the Church of Last Resort Sunday mornings at 9 a.m. Eastern Time on MindDog TV. And if you have today off, thank a Negro.
The opinions expressed on this program are those of the host or guest and should not be interpreted as statement of fact. Independent fact-checking and corrections are encouraged.
Can we get a cup of coffee in here, please?
Damn good coffee and hot.
My dog is your mind's best friend.
What?
My dog is your mind's best friend.
Curiosity is killing me.
Wake up, America. You've got a dog that needs walking. That's right, sunshine. Just put on a big pot of strong coffee and get ready to type your little hate mail with your opinions about kumbaya and flat earth insanity. Stand-up comedy? You want stand-up comedy? Well, we've got sit-down comedy. It's time for Coffee with a Dog. You make me laugh.
Yeah. Where's Ron Kane today? Everybody should be off. Should have everybody here today. Oh, he's working? Oh, unless you're in Arizona. Or... Popping in, popping out, back in there. Like Top City. Good morning, folks. It is Monday, January 19th, 2026. Officially, well, I don't know, is it? It's not really Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday, but it's the day we kind of... some of us celebrate it. I'm not sure. I thought, maybe a certain administration, what the Rev calls the sex offender administration, I think they might have negated it. Like, no, we're not celebrating that. At some point today, I may play the entire I Have a Dream speech because I have a nightmare. If you don't know, you probably don't know because most of you people don't follow me on the Twitter X. I've been suspended again, 19th time, for hate speech. The hate speech in this case, so we're not on Twitter today. Hate speech in this case is I told J.D. Vance to get an STD from a couch. Now, I knew when I was typing that there would be a chance they would suspend me for that. But here's the thing with that. In order for that to actually be hate speech, doesn't it have to be really possible? Like if I said, I hope you get cancer, that's possible. And that could be construed as hate speech. Getting STD from a couch doesn't seem all that possible. Although I guess Twitter is assuming in JD Vance's case, he might. He could, he could have left the bug in there and go back and get the same bug from him. Whatever. Twitter is validating the fact that JD Vance fucks couches, first of all, because how else would you get an STD from a couch? And secondly, that at some point somebody left an STD in his couch. So I'm suspended till next Saturday, and at that point, I will be ending my. I will deactivate my account there. There's no reason for me to be there. It's just a hate swamp, and I hate all those people in that swamp. People think people poo-poo everything I say. Well, what's going on? When I said we are at the start of a civil war, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. There's no civil war. You're overstating things. Here on Long Island and in other places around the country, there are people literally defending their homes with guns. And the Second Amendment people, I guess that's when we were talking about fighting tyranny, we didn't think it would be us. Yeah, there are people guarding their houses because you never know when you're going to get raided by thugs. The Gestapo could show up at any moment. Here, not too far from where I'm sitting right now, a family was raided and taken out in handcuffs because the ICE agents can't read a document. They're actually in the wrong apartment. Yeah, they broke into the wrong apartment and took the people anyway. Hey, I'm taking you anyway because you happen to live in the same building. Actually, a different floor. Took a whole family of 5. And they are celebrating cruelty everywhere in America. So, when Martin Luther King talks about having a dream, and I understand he was talking mostly about white and black race relations, but as a friend who called up the other day, who happened to be Jewish, was expressing his outrage, I try to lighten it a little bit by saying, well, at least you're not first on the list anymore. First on the list seems to be Hispanics and then Somalis and then Haitians and all this kind of. But it's still the same. First they came for the Jews, but I was not a Jew. I didn't care. And then they came for the Somalis and the Haitians, but I'm not Somali or Haitian. So, people are just like sitting by and taking this. And we can depend on Chuck Schumer to write another strongly worded letter. But in the meantime, you're really going to have to arm yourself and protect your family and your home with force. And this is where we are in America. Are you happy? Is this what you voted for? Yeah, it is. You voted for gassing infants, tear gas and green gas on infants. You voted for shooting mothers in the face, and you won't even admit how wrong that is. And you try to make excuses. Well, no, she wasn't trying to kill somebody. If she was trying to kill somebody, he'd be dead. The guy never went to the hospital. Why did you lie about that? If your case is what you claim it is, why are you fucking lying? Anyway, that's where we're at, America. In the meantime, we're doing this dopey show. Like, let's have a few yucks in the morning. And I'm all for a few yucks, but it doesn't seem like there's much to laugh about. And so here we are celebrating the great Dr. Reverend Martin Luther King Jr. and realizing that all the things he talked about were just words. We didn't care. We some of us, oh yeah, great speech, great speech, and the rest of us are like, yeah. It was like that. And so here we are, welcoming the Gestapo on the great experiment in freedom, and the rest of the world is turning against us, and we are making an enemy of all our former allies. Uplifted, are you? Is this a good morning monologue? Is this what you tuned in for? So yeah, I'm here. I just came here to spread the doom and gloom and drink the coffee, and I'm all out of coffee. So it's time to play a stupid little commercial. Stevie's with us today. How about that? So I'll play a commercial, and I don't really have to play a commercial, but I will play a commercial in the honor of Stevie being here, so I could cover myself up while I do some button pushing in the back. So in the meantime, while we wait for the Nazi occupation to come to your house, to a town near you, to a theater near you, let's all just jag off to Tantalus. Okay. We're both at it. No, I'm not at it. Okay. I don't have mind dog anymore. I've left up the mind dog stuff, and it's not really strong. But I got shot for nuts. He goes to Tantalus. He goes to Tantalus. He goes to Tantalus. He goes to Tantalus. Yeah. Hi, what's going on, everybody? My name is Spidey. Oh, no, I'm not Spidey. Yeah. Hey, this is a long commercial. It's almost like a naked wine commercial. What's going on here? What the hell? I'm in the dark. Good morning, folks. In the room with me now are the aforementioned Tantally boy, Stephen, the I'm off today, no banks to rob, they're all closed, Stephen Ortiz, and also my favorite token, Noro, thank you, Noro, GD Fenderson. Good morning, GD.
Good morning, America. Today is MLK Day. If you have today off, you're welcome. MindDogTV.com/merch for that special Negro in your life. Go to MindDogTV.com/merch for all the stuff that you don't need but ought to have. Support your local mercenaries and enjoy the suffering.
Thanks, Negroes.
I came and got that special Negro in my life. So there's no special Negroes left. We got rid of them all. Well, ICE came and took them all. So yeah,
I'm still here.
Did you hear about the oh my god, yes. You were talking about the ICE thing, and I was just watching a news story about how there's like 3 or 4 Native Americans missing because these dumb motherfuckers can't tell the difference between a fucking illegal Mexican and a goddamn Native American.
More than 3 or 4. It's been hundreds of them now. And yeah,
really, that's just the one story is what I saw, but that's insanity. It's gross, man.
Sweeping up people who were here before your people came to steal the land is
yeah, like how you can't get more un-American than trying to deport like Native American.
That sounds like a challenge.
It does. But Stephen, you made a slight error in what you're saying. You said they can't tell the difference. They don't give a fuck about the difference.
Because
even when they find out, they still snatch people. Okay. Yeah. Otherwise, there'd be no citizens there. There'd be no people who are here legally there.
Right.
It's true. Yeah.
The one piece of good news. Did you see that? What's his name? Jack Lang. First of all, he's not even Christian. He's Jewish, but he's making believe he's a Christian to start a war between Christians and Muslims, you know, for a country that claims to be our greatest ally over there, but they're not really. But he goes down to Minneapolis and he He's from Florida, by the way, and he's running for Senate in Florida. He's not going to win, but he was a J6 criminal. He was beating cops with a bat and went to prison for that, pardoned by Trump. Now he's running for Congress. He goes to Minneapolis and he goes with a Koran and he sets it on fire and then gets his ass beat by a bunch of Somalis, saved by a black man. That's a white supremacist. A black guy saves his ass, but they threw piss on him. He ran away, literally crying as he ran away. It was just a delight to see.
It was pretty great.
Yeah.
Yep.
Water balloons and then piss.
Are you supposed to be live on Facebook?
I'm only on Mind Dog TV Facebook. Yes, not on.
Mind Dogs. Okay, cool. I was wondering.
We're not on Twitter. We're on Picardo this morning. I don't see any people from Picardo. I wouldn't see people from Picardo. So that's it. No, I'm off Twitter. What do you think about this hate speech of I hope you get STD from a couch.
Repeat the question.
I think you're just wishing that he doesn't have to sleep with his wife anymore, right? You're just wishing him some good ass for a change or a good cushion to push for a change.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. All right.
It seems like an uplifting message to me is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. It is just so frustrating to see that they can't even admit that gassing a infant is wrong. Now, these people who were gassed, they weren't protesting even a little bit. They actually conservatives, how about that? Trump supporters coming home from a high school basketball game that their son was playing in, and they had their infant son in the car, and they get gassed. And even that, well, they were in the wrong place. They shouldn't have been there. They were driving home. Hello, this is the America we want.
How is that not where they're supposed to be? Driving home in their fucking community? Sorry, right. Most people don't expect to get tear gassed on their way home.
Yeah,
I do. No. It just doesn't happen, but I expect it.
Well, yeah, but you're also black in today's America, so
Matt asked me. Remember? No, you don't remember because you're you. But at one point, Matt asked me, "Why do you have a gas mask in your house readily available?"
I remember that. Oddly enough, that's one thing I remember. The only thing I remember.
Makes sense to me.
Yeah, but they can't even acknowledge that was wrong in any way. They have to bend over backwards because acknowledging that was wrong somehow might make the cult leader call you a nasty name on Truth Social or something. That's the greatest fear, is we don't want the cult leader to think I'm turning against the cult. My God, I don't want to end up like Marjorie Taylor Greene. That's so we can't say that tear gassing a baby is wrong. It has to be the liberals' fault. And listen, I get it. You hate fucking liberals. You hate Democrats. Okay.
At one point, I had a video out there, of course, because it was mine. Nobody saw it, but it was. I had a short about. I have an emergency traffic stop car kit, and in it I have like IDs, passports, a gas mask, first aid kits, a spare phone just in case they take this one. I can still broadcast. Yeah, but
you're that old that you have the first aids kit?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. Actually, the first aid kit actually was bleach, believe it or
not. See, I know what that is because that came in the Trump coronavirus kit.
Oh yeah, they just refashioned the old Reagan
that
first aid
okay,
kit.
Cool, cool.
You guys just trying to get me demonetized, aren't you?
And I'm not that old. That that was the 80s. AIDS was the 80s. It's not like true. You probably weren't born yet.
It was.
No, I wasn't even a drip down my daddy's leg in the 80s.
No, and those drips probably had AIDS.
Nope, I was born in 91.
Yeah, that's what they told you.
I mean, how do you know? You were so young. How would you know?
That's
right.
true. It could have been 1990. I don't know. I was there, I guess, but I don't
You
remember.
could have been born in 85, but you were so
But
slow. Yeah, he's done.
I think 69.
Can't tell everybody our son is 6. Tell him he was just born last week and he's a big baby.
My dad was born in 69.
Wow.
That's hard to do because when you have people in the mouth and stuff, most people don't get pregnant from oral. So if your dad,
Well, he was
born,
he was dyslexic, so I think it was a 66.
oh, okay.
Is Martin Luther King Day still an official United
It's still
States
a federal
holiday?
holiday. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
a federal
it's-
holiday.
That's
It
the reason.
is?
That's the reason I'm here. The only days off during the week I get are the days that the Fed closes.
I could have sworn they said no.
No, they weren't. This is what they did. He signs an executive order, which again doesn't mean a whole lot, but basically they don't sell it. They're not observing it like in the White House. They're not giving people off from there. They're not observing. It's not listed in the calendars for like the military and stuff like that.
But
So
they're
it's
not racist.
Right. But they can't stop the holiday without a law because it is law. He can't just get rid of a law with the stroke of his pen.
And you think all of us bankers are going to allow him to make us work today? I don't think so.
That's interesting. You can't just do away with the holiday with a stroke of a pen, but you can make holidays with a stroke of a pen. FDR did Thanksgiving with the stroke of a pen. Yeah.
I think the stroke of the pen was he signed it into law, though.
I think he just declared it. Well, I'm not sure about that. So
I mean, you can now, for example, there's some like the first Mother's Day, they were observing it, but it wasn't official. It didn't become official until it became law.
Eve? You mean Eve, the first mother?
No, the first Mother's Day.
So Eve had a day.
Oh, well, actually, back then a day was like 1,000 years, according to those fundamentalists.
No, I don't know. Wait, it doesn't make sense. A day didn't change, and it's just perspective. If you're like a omnipotent being, it's a 1,000 whatever.
Well, according to Genesis, God was really mad at Adam and Eve, and he says, "On that day you shall surely die," and they lived to be in their 900s. So, to them, if he says on that day you're going to die, and they live that day, it's 990 years.
Yeah,
roughly almost 1,000 years.
I think we need to rewrite the book.
Oh, it should have been, yeah. Now, in New Zealand, I think they count years the same way as we do.
Obviously, Heavy Cab says his father was born in 1910.
What?
That doesn't make sense. Right?
No, it could. His dad could have been like 80 when he had him.
That's true.
If that were the case, because he died at 80,
okay, maybe dude's mom went to visit him and he's like, before I go, I just want to tap that ass.
And that would make Kevin 36.
Yeah, no, Kevin's older than that. So
okay. Well,
so his father got his mother pregnant. His father was like in the 60s or 70s or something.
I mean, that's plausible because not De Niro.
No, plausible
Pacino's having kids
plausible is a site where comedians can do shows and stuff.
Okay.
That's what plausible is.
Okay, that was a selfless plug.
I didn't plug myself. I plugged them.
It's just interesting that Kev's father was born in 1910. Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid died in 1908. That just feels like a little wow, ancient history, right? If it's talking about Old West stuff. Of course, in New Zealand there is no Old West. There's only an old. But my grandmother was born in 1900, only 10 years before his father was born. My grandfather was born in 1895.
My grandfather was born in 47.
Oh, in Roswell?
Same year as Roswell.
He was dropped off, not born.
Probably. That could explain a lot. That's why I can't walk, the gravity. But then
Gravity.
Yeah. All of my grandparents, everyone was real young when they had their kids.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, then. That's a show for you. Are we?
In my family, everybody was young when they had their kids, but they were old when they started taking care of them. No.
I just don't know, man. Why are we even here today?
Because Martin Luther King had a dream for none of us to have to work today.
I'm working. Don't you see me working? This is work.
Oh, well, that's true. Well, it sounds like your boss didn't get the memo.
I'm not.
I apologize. I sent the memo. He just didn't get it.
Yeah. So what else? Is there any? People distracted by this sports shit, and I admire people who can get distracted by sports shit because I need a distraction of some kind because I am losing my fucking mind with this Nazi occupation of America. And nobody seems to be taking it seriously enough. Like
you keep saying, to me, you keep saying nobody. Like there's nobody out there protesting, there's nobody out there getting beat up, nobody out there getting tear gas. There's a lot of people taking it seriously. Maybe they're not. Maybe I don't know what you mean by nobody.
The problem.
I mean, nobody is actually starting a war because it really.
That doesn't mean they're not taking it seriously because they haven't started a war.
It does because you think, well, I'm just going to write nasty, strongly letter letters. I'm going to go out there with signs. I'm going to do a meme. No, you have to go out and be willing to fucking die for a cause because nothing is going to stop this without people being willing to die for it, to fucking go out there and put their life on the line.
Well, I think it'll have to get really, really bad, I think, for it to get to that point because it is, but it's not affecting it's not affecting every American. It's just
actually it is. People but they don't feel it. They may not feel the effect.
I guess it's not a direct effect on every American because, like, for example, where I live, nobody around here fucking cares. Not the Hispanics don't care.
Doesn't mean it doesn't affect them. I mean, no.
It might affect them.
Are you paying more for groceries?
Well, yes, obviously,
it's affecting you.
But for a lot of the mainstream Americans who have been living through this bullshit of ups and downs for the last however many years, they're just used to it. They're just going with the flow. So until every city has ice tanks rolling through it or whatever the fuck they have and they're rolling through towns with, it's going to have to get that bad. It's going to have to be to where every city's occupied, I think, before the general public goes up in arms.
Well, I'll just from my perspective here, about 5 miles from my house, there's a 7-Eleven, and ICE was there this morning just grabbing people as they got out of the car who happened to look Hispanic and just taking them away. This is 5 miles from my house, and nobody is actually outraged by that. Okay, they're just doing their job, just like the Gestapo just did their job, and that's it. Okay, well, we got to all protest. Let's get out there with signs. They just took a guy. He disappeared him. Have no idea. And this is not an illegal immigrant. Illegal immigrants ain't driving brand new fucking cars. They're just not.
No, but like I said,
if they're running an errand for their owner.
But see, here's the thing, though. Like that's what I'm saying. It's 5 miles from your house, yes, but the people that are in your neighborhood that don't go that direction and they go the other direction and they don't ever see it, they're not paying attention to it. And for example, like, yeah, sure, groceries are a little more expensive here, but gas prices here are fairly low. Like gas was $2.39 a gallon when I got gas 2 days ago. So I mean, it's in places it just doesn't seem terrible. So until it's just bad everywhere, blanket wise, the general public's not going to fucking care. They have sports, they have movies, they have Avengers Doomsday, they have the latest Pornhub links. Like,
that's what I mean.
They don't fucking care.
By the way, for people on the radio, Ron Kane just joined us.
Fucking Rod Kane, what's up, buddy? I haven't seen you since goddamn Vietnam.
Yeah, I know. How you doing, Steven?
Hey,
Not
Bubba.
bad, buddy. Good to see you.
Hello, everyone.
Bubba, I got shot in the buttocks.
Fucking goddamn Dave Attell. It was his birthday yesterday.
Somebody commented on one of the YouTube videos. Look, it's one of the older ones. Look, it's Dave Attell. Like, wow, we haven't heard that line in a year and a half.
Never heard it. Never heard it at all.
Never heard that one before. Yeah. So as far as things getting bad, you know what, you could talk about gas prices here. Gas prices aren't down that much. It's like $2.70 for regular here, but that's a small concession to pay. I mean, people are still paying through the nose for groceries and stuff. You can't go to the grocery stores for milk and bread without taking $100 bill.
No, I could not agree fucking more, dude. I live by myself. I only feed myself. I eat once a day, and it's still $100 every 2 weeks.
That's because nobody wants to live with you. Come on.
No, when I have company, I order food. I order out.
Ron, do you live by yourself?
Nope.
Matt, you live by yourself?
No.
I don't live by myself. See, nobody wants to live with you. That's why you're by yourself.
No, it sounds like you guys are a bunch of fucking losers.
For a minute. Actually, I had to think about it. Wait,
you guys are a bunch of fucking losers. My girlfriend comes over, fucks me, does my laundry, and then she goes home.
Because she doesn't want to live with you.
That's fine. Because then I have to put the guitars away. Then I have to put all my stuff away. No, fuck that.
Let me just say, your girlfriend is not ecologically sound because she's using all this water to cool down the servers that create her. So this whole thing about your girlfriend, we don't appreciate her at all.
Hey, whatever happened to like these like, you remember a few years ago when you had like all these guys out there talking about small government, we don't want big government. What happened to those guys? And like the don't tread on me people. What happened to them?
Well, some of us became comedians. The other ones became MAGA faggots.
These people, I mean, they're fine with living in a society where you have to be able to produce your papers, like show me your papers.
Like South Africa.
Yeah, or like Nazi Germany. Show me your fucking papers.
I'm just saying South Africa because Trump made his alliance with them. He's bringing them over because they're suffering so bad, so poorly in South Africa. South Africa, the whites in South Africa have it so hard that they need to come here to take farmland from white farmers in the U.S.
Let me tell you what. Tell you what terrifies me right now is my last name is Ortiz. Yes, but my last name is Ortiz, right? And I've been seeing. Well, it's not legal. It's legally it is, right? And I'm trying to get my name changed, and I have to jump through all these hoops, right? And it's scary because I've seen. Yes. Retired elephant rings from circuses. Anyways, they but fucking they're finding like these ICE agents are dropping papers and shit, and they're finding like lists of names and like it's just like names and like where they live and where they work. It's like you don't see anything else there. There's no picture or anything. So if they get what if they get my fucking name and I get pulled over by ICE agents and they're like, step out of the vehicle, and I'm like, I can't step out of the vehicle. And then they end up fucking shooting me because I can't comply because I can't walk. That shit's scary, dude.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
I don't like that.
That's why I did not report my situation. My stepdaughter's a Maldonado. My stepson is Maldonado. That would be. Wait a minute. This is not necessarily a good name to be carrying around with in these times. Whether they were born here, but if they want to make a case about it, who is your father? Was your father legal here? And go back far enough.
Here's the other part that scares me is to get my name changed. I have to publish in the newspaper that I'm changing my name, and that's what scares me because then it's going to be like, oh, there's an Ortiz trying to change his name to an American name, and then someone's going to fucking try to come investigate shit. This could be so bad.
I did not know that. Anytime you change your name legally.
So when you get married, right? You get the marriage license. You can go change your name or whatever. You can go back to your previous name without any of the hoops, right?
But I'm not going. Name. You could call it your maiden name.
So I'm not going back to my maiden name. So
because you're one ugly maiden. Who'd want that name?
Let me tell you something. I'm not a good woman at all. And
you're not even made in America, are you?
I am made in America. That is true.
Okay, so that would be your maiden name. Your maiden American name. Okay.
And so I have to publish my name in the paper 180 days before I go to court to get my name change done since I'm changing my first and my middle and my last name.
What are you changing it first? What was you changing it from Steven to Stephanie?
To
What?
He's changing it to thee.
No, my first name is Frank. And then my middle name is Steven with a PH. And then my last name was Tillman, but now it's Ortiz. So I'm changing it to just Stephen Clark. That's it.
So you're like J.D. Vance, who is John David Bowman or something, or no, not even John David, whatever he was.
I was Frank Stephen Tillman III, is what I was.
Turd.
Wait a minute. Are you
Turd,
related
not
to
third.
Frank Tillman the second? Are you related to that one?
No, I'm related to Frank Jr., Frank Tillman Jr.
Turd.
You're
not
related
third.
to you're
Turd.
related to that
Turd,
one?
I'd say.
Frank Tillman Jr.?
Yes.
Matt shit in his britches. Joke's on you. I'm not wearing any britches.
Ew. Oh, he shit on his chair.
That's right.
Oh, God.
And welcome Spawned Wrong on Kick. It's good to have somebody from Kick who's not a bot.
How do you know he's not a bot? Maybe he's just
Because
warming
he
up.
hasn't tried to sell you anything.
Maybe he's
yet.
just warming up, just trying to
I
get
had
you to...
2 live viewers on Kick yesterday that were not bots.
2 live ones?
Yeah.
Your whole crew? You had a crew there?
No. Like two
Yeah,
viewers.
well, 2 live crew, right?
No, just viewers. I didn't even have Kick pulled up. It was just coming through StreamYard.
All right. Did you guys see the controversy in the football thing this weekend? People going crazy over a cat. It wasn't a cat.
Apparently, there was something about Buffalo, and who were they playing? Some other team?
Yeah,
Buffalo,
the whole thing about the catch,
Broncos.
or was it an interception? Was he down? That whole thing.
Right. And then yesterday in another playoff game, the exact same thing happened, and it ruled the other way. So now it's like, well, there's no consistency.
Well, at the end of the day, these officials are all people, and they're not using AI to make these judgments. They're using just eyes, and it's.
But they have instant replay and challenges. So.
They do, but I mean, if those particular refs determined that if they thought it was one thing, and then the refs in a different game thought something different, that's just how it is.
They are using AI for the ball marker. They've been using that technology now for like 2 to 3 seasons. They've been practicing it because they want to get rid of the human element on the sideline, so that way it's completely accurate of where the ball will be.
Well, it helps with the ball, but that doesn't do anything for if a knee goes down first or if a toe goes down.
As of right now, it doesn't. But I think eventually we're moving to that.
Oh, point. I think that almost goes without saying. Yeah, that's gonna.
But all this inconsistency, especially you get the same, pretty much the same play 2 days in a row, and they rule one way one day and the other way the next day. That feeds into this. The NFL is all scripted nonsense. You can't script.
I don't think to delve into the conspiracy part. I don't think it's scripted. Because that would be too obvious. But what I think the NFL does, they massage it a little bit, and with the hopes that the outcome they're hoping they'll get, because you got to be able to cheat, but you got to be able to, be able to say we're not cheating, or
like the Patriots did, like Belichick and Brady.
Yeah. Except, from the NFL level, it's beneficial for them to create their own narratives in a way.
What kind of training? What kind of training do the referees or do officials get? Like,
It's pretty much a long training course. I mean, most of the NFL referees were college referees first.
Okay, but how often
referees were high? So
how often are they? But how often do they refresh? How often are their eyes checked? Like, is that all
that's
regulated?
Seasonal.
Okay,
That's seasonal.
I just wasn't sure because
that's the other beef is that the refs aren't full-time employees,
but they're paid big time like they're full-time employees.
Yeah, and there's some belief that they should be full-time employees. That way, the training and stuff is better, and they're more accurate and things like that.
Well, that's what I was wondering because, if you think if you have like a 20-year veteran and he hasn't had, his eyes haven't been checked in 5 years, he hasn't had a refresh, and in a couple years, sure, he's had rule refreshes, but I mean, no one's checked his eyes or his reflexes to see how responsive he is and if he's seeing things properly. So I don't know. I just feel like that's a really important job for the NFL for them to not take it as serious as they do.
It's not just the NFL. It's illegal gambling and legal gambling now. There's so much money riding on this stuff. People betting like fucking.
And also remember, the NFL has their hands in the betting as well.
And a lot of the betting, but not like bet on anything.eu. That's European. They're not.
No, they don't.
See,
but I mean, they should. They have their hands in sports betting, which right
absolutely
there,
no doubt about it. But there's so much of it that is spread out across so many different entities that people are getting rich, people are getting poor, people are winning and losing money based on illegal stuff. And I can. My father was a bookie. He had fucking athletes and he had referees and umpires and people betting with him all the time.
It doesn't. You'd figure people would get a little weary when like Monday Night Football brought to you by DraftKings. Like what?
Yeah,
it gets like right in your face.
Here you go. I can't bounce these fucking dudes. Well, I'm kick dudes. I can't bounce. I can bounce other people. Just Moha BG. Get the fuck out of here! You like that?
That was cool.
Yeah.
Wait, tell him you're happy he was ass raped in prison.
How do we can't bounce these motherfuckers? How come?
I don't know. I tried bouncing a bot last night and I couldn't figure out how to do it.
Yeah, on YouTube you can bounce them on
on StreamYard you can't.
Yeah. Anyway, so do we want to listen to Dr. Martin Luther King, or you guys don't even give a fuck about him, do you?
It's not that I don't give a fuck. I've heard it so many fucking times.
I think the real question we should be asking, will high-profile racial events happen today?
Go to betanything.eu.
No, I don't think. Well, high profile.
I mean, the way things are going with this administration, and with it being
but it's very subjective. High profile. What counts as high profile?
Like ICE agents
shooting a mother in the face doesn't count as high profile. Tear gassing a baby doesn't count. As
these count as like little like one-off serious incidents, but I think what he's referring to is like a Martin Luther King parade gets like intercepted by ICE agents and they arrest and shoot like 200 people, or it happens in DC, or like you're in a big city somewhere where there's lots of witnesses.
Yeah, I'm still wondering what would happen if ICE decides to go to an open carry state. That's what I'm wondering.
Is it Minnesota an open carry state?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
No.
Michigan, I think, is an open carry state.
Indiana is. Michigan is.
Let me look it up here.
But you notice they're not going to Texas. Texas has the most illegal immigrants. It's a red state, though, so let's not go to Texas.
Well, see, that's why I was honestly
surprised what they're saying.
That's
what they were saying in Minneapolis, that per capita they have the fewest number of undocumented people in the country, or among the fewest.
I was surprised they're not here where we're at, because there's a very high Hispanic population between here and Sturgis, Michigan.
Right now, they're all saying, "Thanks, Stephen."
No.
Thanks for outing us, Stephen.
No. They're already outed because we have to because we still cash their checks,
and they're high anyway.
In according to Gemini, permitless open carry is 30 plus 6 states. So examples: Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, Florida. All the typical ones. And some, Wyoming, West Virginia,
Indiana.
Yeah. Note some states like North Dakota allow permitless open carry for residents only, or have specific rules for loaded versus unloaded firearms. Open carry with a permit required states: Connecticut, Hawaii, Maryland, Massachusetts, Minnesota, New Jersey, and Rhode Island.
All right. I want to say something, but I'm going to get in trouble for it. And I know I'm going to get in trouble for it. I might even get the Secret Service showing up here for what I'm about to say. I shouldn't know. I'm not threatening anybody. You know I'm not threatening anybody, right?
Wait, before you say it, can you play your disclaimer?
No.
Okay.
Because the opinions expressed are mine. You know, we've had two President Johnsons. You know that, right? President Johnsons. Both President Johnsons have happened because of assassinations. Coincidence, right? We've had and they were both disasters, the worst fucking presidents other than Trump that we've ever had. That includes Nixon. Iran is threatening to assassinate Trump. But if they took out Trump and Vance together, we'd have a President Johnson. That would be a first double assassination. But I was just thinking, because both of those President Johnsons led to America making a very strong turnaround in its. So maybe it wouldn't be a bad thing. I'm not rooting for Iran.
You don't know which direction the Johnson would turn it, though. Having a turnaround doesn't mean it's a good turnaround. They've had
it didn't. It turned around. Both of those Johnsons were terrible. This Johnson would be fucking terrible. But at the end of it, people said, fuck that Johnson. They were for Lyndon Baines Johnson. They were ALBJ. How many fucking kids did you kill today? Andrew Johnson was kind of thrown out of office too. It's this whole thing of, Johnson will make things even worse than either Trump or Vance, but it would be enough to break the camel's back, break the straw to break the camel's back. That's what happened with the last two President Johnsons.
Well, there needs to be a lot of cleaning of houses after we get through this shit.
Who's going to clean the houses if we get?
I know, exactly. Someone needs to fucking step up because the Democrats aren't going to do it. I mean,
we keep deporting.
Chuck Schumer's been dead for what, 5-6 years now. He's been worthless, maybe 10.
All these people who are saying impeach Trump or impeach, that won't fucking stop this nonsense. Impeach Trump basically leaves you with President Thiel. It's J.D. Vance, but Thiel would be running the fucking everything at that point. So impeaching Trump is not a good thing. What you need, and I'm not saying that we need to get rid of all of the hierarchy of the Trump cult, and that includes Trump, Vance, Johnson, clean house. The billionaires that are funding it and allowing it to happen, like Zuckerberg and Bezos. Yeah. All of them. All Ackman. I mean, it's not just the media guys. It's the other billionaires that are funding this thing. But at the end of the day, unless you clean house with all of them, you're still going to be left with this. And I think, and again, I'm not Secret Service. I'm not endorsing this idea, but it's either you win an election 99 to 10 or something like that, 99 to 1, or the assassination is the only way that you're going to put enough fear in the opposition to make them say, you know what, we need to moderate.
I think winning 80 to 20 will put fear in them.
Because
that means 1/3 of their solid base would have left them.
Yeah, that's fair. But I mean, people keep saying he can't cancel the elections. The elections are run by states, blah, 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 blah. You keep telling me he can't. And every time you tell me he can't, he does. So I'm not buying that. Yeah, states have run the election, but he can just basically get enough red states to go along with him that you can't certify an election now because and then you're stuck in the Supreme Court making decisions. And who does the Supreme Court belong to at this point right now? They're in his pocket. So, none of this, he can't. The Constitution is only good, only means something if you're ready to fight and die for it. And none of holding signs ain't fucking doing it. You got to, I'm willing to die. I'd rather die than fucking live in a Nazi occupied country. And that's where we are right now.
I think the president should be decided by cage fight. The UFC is going to the White House anyway, so we should just let the candidates fist fight.
That's how we got Lincoln, ain't it?
Yeah, Lincoln was fucking great.
Yeah.
So
I think he was wrestling Marines so he could fuck them.
Okay, well, look,
that's why they made the Lincoln law.
Hold on, Lincoln was not a MAGA Republican. He wasn't fucking dudes. He was just wrestling dudes.
No, he was fucking dudes.
Okay, well, listen. Okay, Mary Todd Lincoln may have been a very butch dude, or chick. Oh wow. Okay, well, there it is. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, apparently, Lincoln was fucking Marines in the ass. I'm sorry.
Well. Are you sure it wasn't? Are you sure it wasn't Navy guys like seamen?
But apparently he was a better leader. So what does that tell you?
And that's why the theme song from the holes of Montezuma.
Okay, but hold on. Here's the thing though. Lincoln was fucking dudes in the ass, right? And he was a great leader. But Trump just blows dudes. And we see what that's happening. So we see what's happening, right? We see the difference. A power top versus a sub bottom. And that, my friends, is some sitcom math for you. So, anyways.
Yeah, so anyway.
Anna California. Anna California says, hello, everybody.
Hi,
the bottom line is, I just,
stupid.
I don't know how to get distracted enough by people who just fucking throw themselves into football. Or our friend Craig was like commenting on college basketball. Like that's, how do you allow yourself that moment to just not be looking out your window? For me, it's post-traumatic stress, no doubt about it. When I see all this ICE stuff, for somebody who's actually been assaulted by ICE officers, I see this shit going on. I was like, it brings me right back to that fucking moment where I'm like thinking I could die in this moment. And again, I'd rather they fucking kill me than let me go and live in this fucking Nazi.
I think the distractions are running out though, because like I said, I kind of live in a Trump area. And a lot of those people have gone very quiet. It's not, you don't hear the guys anymore at the bar like, oh yeah, this is so great. It's pretty subdued now.
I don't know. I feel like they keep making, like they're celebrating a woman getting shot in the face. And then instead of like saying just basic human decency, like she did not deserve to die. And even if, she's a lesbian. Well, yeah, but you were looking up fucking lesbian porn 5 seconds ago. Why does that mean those lesbians should be shot in the face? I mean, but they
only with semen.
They're just not accepting responsibility for even like Rogan, who he's this is not good. It's horrible to see a woman shot in the face. When are you gonna fucking take responsibility and own your complicity in it? You helped the guy fucking get elected. You knew this was coming. How did you not know this was coming? How could you be at all surprised by this?
But that's even a bit too, because like with Rogan, like I stopped listening to him years ago because when he morphed into Rush Limbaugh, but then the whole thing where, because as a comic, he doesn't take a stand. He'll be like, and he always does that bit. So, like, if anyone's actually buying this thing, like, well, I don't know how they could do this. It's like, you fucking signed up for it.
Yeah. Yeah, and none of them are owning their own complicity in what's going on, and they are acting shocked when it feels shocking, but then it comes to, well, we need to investigate the victim here, and spreading lies like this Jonathan Ross guy, the guy who shot Renee Good in the face. He never went to the hospital. And this is police reports. He never went to the fucking hospital. They're coming out and claiming he went to the hospital and they found an internal bleeding. Why did they make up that lie? Why would they make up that lie if they didn't know how wrong and how guilty he is, why bother to bend over backwards to make up these fucking lies?
And they're not even investigating him.
Right. Yeah.
They're investigating the families. They're investigating the governor, the mayor, city council, but they're not investigating the guy who actually pulled the trigger.
You know what? Here we go. I'm just gonna remove from Kick. We don't need Kick. Cut off all these. Cut off all these.
Well, hey, Steven, you watch like the other podcasts and shit out there, kind of like I do. Have you noticed, especially since all this Trump shit went down on a lot of those big podcasts, they've really seemed to have lost their steam, and it is rough. It is rough seeing the downfall of like a lot of these podcasts and like comics, like the whole Whitney Cumming things that's going on because she got the whole bot thing going on. But I don't know if you feel this way, but those podcasts have lost it all, it seems.
Yeah, it seems like once it stopped being cool to be a racist, bigot piece of shit, a lot of these bro podcasts that were riding that wave just fucking crashed. And what's funny is that some of those podcasts, they're still making episodes, but you don't even see clips of them anymore. You end up seeing those people appear on the podcast that still have some steam left, and you see them like buddying up. Like Chris D'Elia's podcast fell away. Then he was appearing on others. Now he's gone completely. You have the Bears in the Cave or whatever, that, you know, Bert Kreischer. People fucking hate Bert Kreischer right now. Like, and not just Americans or like fans. Other comics are now just being like, Bert, you need to fucking stop.
Well, I did not know this. I didn't know why. Because I thought he was. Last I saw Bert Kreischer was like 2 months ago, and he was like talking bad about like what was going on. He was saddened by the ICE just brutality and cruelty to people. Has he been like on the far right wing part of this? Because that seemed like
no. But he was very buddy with a lot of those, especially like with the Rogan people and all of that. But it seems like in the last year to 2 years, just even his friends, it seems like just are annoyed by his existence. Like he's like a caricature of like what the annoying comedian is.
Yeah,
I think some of it's overexposure, but also I think I think also in the comedy world they're attacking Bert because, you know, rightfully so, because Bert has done some things like that with his career. But I think they're also doing that too to try and take the heat off of them. Because the one thing that's been happening in comedy is like all these comedians, not just one or two, a whole bunch are making all this money. And like when Jackie was on here like a couple of weeks ago, it's like, oh, it doesn't matter about Bill Burr. It does, because when you see Bill Burr now, he looks like a fucking cuck. He looks like he's been a master.
I heard him the other day. It sounded like he was having a breakdown. He was just like laughing. He was doing like a Tucker Carlson. I don't know if you heard, but people were upset by it. I don't care. But the more he was going on, I don't care about what they have to fucking say, the more it sounded like he's becoming unhinged by what people have to say.
I think people were also aiming at Bert because, again, they were riding that right-wing hate train. And Bert and Tom Segura, hate him or love him, both of them, they really didn't harp on the politics. They really didn't do that. They kind of just did their own thing and stayed out of it. And I think, and now people are just trying to nitpick at him to get the pressure off of themselves.
Yeah.
And I'm not a fan of Bert at all. Segura, I do like Tom Segura.
Segura was on with Rogan a couple of weeks ago when his special came out. And he was kind of expressing some dissatisfaction with the kind of brutality and cruelty that's going on. And Rogan, of course, as soon as somebody says something like that, he agrees with them because he has no fucking spine. He got no fucking, like Steven's got no spine. But
these comics did it to themselves, because for the past couple of years they've been painting themselves with Trump and like, oh yeah, this guy is funny, this and that. And now the shit's gotten real and people are fed up with it.
Yeah. So
did you Ron, did you see the Kill Tony New Year's Eve special?
I've seen part of. Is that the one
So-
from Texas?
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched probably like half of it.
So Roseanne, everyone knows how Roseanne, was, like the poster child, like the grandma to the MAGA comics, and she started spouting off her bullshit in Texas, and she got fucking booed. The entire arena erupted. And like even Tony was like, "Oh shit." And, like, she was telling the whole arena, "Shut the fuck up, quit booing me," and they're all just like, "No, like, quit being a fucking asshole." Like,
yeah, we can let off this blowing off steam thing right now. We could turn that banner off, can't we?
Oh yeah.
The kill, but like that recent Kill Tony, which was in Austin, that was horrible because talk about playing to the room, and it was rough.
Yeah. But that's a distraction for people, and I can't. And you know what? I find it hard to get through every single day without, and stay off social media. Yeah, stay off social media. Well, I'm banned from social media, from Twitter anyway. On Facebook, I don't see as much of the pro-Trump people, like especially not like to the extent that Twitter is. Twitter is just like completely.
But that's just a vacuum for conservative voices.
Yeah. So, but even if I stay off it completely, having trouble getting through the day without just feeling overwhelmed and helpless against this fucking regime. Like, I almost have to just let it play out. And I'm not good at just letting shit play out. Like, I feel like if I could, I would arm myself and just fucking go out in a blaze of glory. But I can't.
I only use Twitter at this point to go on there and roast Scott Perry. And that's it. I just get on there to roast Scott Perry and maybe Doug Mastriano occasionally. I'll put those, but that's about all I consume on Twitter. The rest of it.
Nicest guy. When did I get banned from Twitter? I think it was Saturday morning. It might have been Friday afternoon. I said to JD Vance, I hope you get an STD from a couch, and they said that was hate speech. And my take on that, and I went back to him. I said, "Well, fucking take away, take me out of premium immediately. I'm not fucking paying for this thing where I keep getting fucking banned for what is obviously a joke. You can't get an STD from a couch. It's really literally impossible. So how could it be hate speech? It's like." I don't know. I hope a Martian comes and fucking drags you off into outer space. Is that fucking hate speech? It's about the same thing.
I've seen some couches you could probably get an STD from if you stuck your dick in it.
I don't think so.
Especially one of those old leather couches or vinyl couches where you can't sit on it if it's too cold or too hot.
So are you admitting that JD Vance is fucking couches? Because
no, he fucks love seats.
No, I don't even. I think he's getting couch surfed, which is his face are in the cushions while Peter Thiel is doing his business.
He's getting casting couched. Nice.
Yeah. So fuck Twitter.
What's all that grunting from the office?
I guarantee you, if I said I hope Tim Walz gets a STD from a tampon in a boy's bathroom, they would have been, oh, that's fine. That's fine. You just can't tell JD Vance to get an STD.
Just remember, everybody, it's just another day where you have to pretend that a lot of elected officials aren't child abusers. Enjoy it.
Yeah. They're all pedophiles. I mean, we don't have to. You don't have to.
No, that's statistically impossible, but there's a lot of them in there.
Okay, statistically, they're not all pedophiles. However, they're also not like going after the pedophiles. So they're as bad as the pedophiles. So ergo, I think they're all pedophiles.
So they're the New Catholic Church?
Yeah.
I really think if you're an elected official and you have ties to Epstein, you should not be working and you should not be collecting a check. Because if that was a normal Joe at his job, you think your job would want you around if you had all this. Hey, listen, you're hearing about some stuff that you're doing on the weekends, like a lot of kids. We're going to need you to take some time off.
Yeah, you can no longer be a student. You can no longer be a substitute teacher here at this school.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm sorry.
you can't work at McDonald's or anywhere.
Yeah, try getting a job at a bank or someplace like that. Someplace with no standards that'll take you. Yeah, do that.
It feels like you got something you need to get off your chest a little bit. Something more, I don't know, direct.
Hey, you know what? Shut up, GD.
Oh, so it sounds like there's a little defensiveness here.
You want to recreate Martin Luther King's ending too?
Oh, that's really.
You mean have James Earl Jones shoot me?
Yeah.
If you shoot him, he will die.
No, you know what? I'm gonna murder you, and then I'm gonna make sure they find your body while Crack the Sky is playing.
Okay, Ralph.
YouTube. This is all just stupidity. It's not, nobody's murdering anybody around here.
No, with love and kindness and kisses and bubblegum and puppy farts and.
Hey, what's the over under on how many wars that will be in this year?
I think it's 4.
2. I'm going to say 2.
2. Actually, I think 2 is a solid number, but here's the reason I say 4, because I think it's going to be those 2 little ones are going to spawn 2 bigger ones.
Well, technically, they can't be wars because Congress hasn't sanctioned them, so they can be skirmishes, police actions, conflicts.
I think you're wrong about that.
Yeah, I mean, we got 10% credit card interest. We're good.
Historically, the Vietnam War, we call it a war. It was a war. Congress never declared war.
That's why it's a conflict, not a war.
But historically now it is a war. Everybody calls it a war. It's down.
Everybody calls it a war, but it's not a war.
Even the war, even the memorial, the Vietnam War memorial.
Right, absolutely.
Like they call it the theory of gravity, but technically it's not a theory anymore. They've redefined what theory is. Just we won't stop calling it. We just won't stop calling it theory anymore.
Yeah.
Pluto is not a planet, but people just can't stop calling it a planet.
You know what? You need to leave Pluto the fuck alone, man. It didn't do shit to you.
I'm just saying.
Gravity actually still isn't a theory state. You can't prove it as a law. It's not provable as a law. It is a theory, but it's
it's not a law either. It's that they have another categorization for it.
You can tell it's not a law because if it was, Trump would float away.
Yeah. So anyway, the Vietnam War is a war that Congress never declared a war. And Venezuela, there is no doubt that what we saw in Venezuela was a war action. They're going to say, oh, it's just a military action and whatever. It was a war. You park aircraft carriers out and you go and invade and take the leader out of a country, leave its vice president in charge, which is whatever. It was a war. It was a quick war, over with quickly, maybe not. But so this idea of it's not a war unless Congress declares it a war.
Well, and give you an example of why. If this one, for example, if I sent money to somebody in Venezuela during this time, I could not be found guilty of treason because we have not declared war against Venezuela. So if I helped a Venezuelan, I'm not harboring a fugitive or anything like that, because we have not. If I sent documents to Venezuela, I wouldn't get in trouble for that. Technically, I
think you're setting up a challenge for yourself there. Why don't we just see?
Are you trying to get a mail order bride? Is that what you're trying to do?
Yeah.
Am I trying to get my dick cut off? Is that what you said?
You keep saying this word can't, and this word can't keeps coming up, and then it happens, and then you can't do that.
I don't. Did I say can't?
Yes. You've said can't 1,000 times on this, bro. Oh, they can't do that because of the Constitution.
I'm talking about just now. I'm talking about in this conversation.
Right. You're saying they can't. Yeah. You can't be tried with treason. Just you keep saying can't, but until
legally. Well, I'm saying I could win my case. Is what I'm saying. I would win it.
Well, you guys just fuck already. Jesus Christ.
The funny thing is that GD is sitting here.
Stephen.
GD is thinking that he'd still have rights at that point.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Very
until
optimistic
you're
of
willing
you,
to
GD.
die for them.
Well,
They
I
exist.
don't expect to have. I don't expect to have like all the rights of like a real American. Don't get me wrong, Ron. I'm not that delusional.
Ron, it's Martin Luther King Day. He's allowed to dream.
It's coffee
Nightmare.
with the dog
It's
from
called a
Venezuela
nightmare.
or an Ecuador.
Like I said, I have been fortunate in the sense that with with my run-ins with overzealous bigot cops, even when I've been like taken into custody, I've been able to walk away from it. Of course, this is not the same thing. Yeah. Oh yeah. I have been very fortunate.
I've never walked away from anything.
Right. Well,
I mean, you really don't stand for anything either, Stephen.
It's true. It's true. You got a leg up on me on that one. That's for sure.
Wow, this is all just great comedy. Great comedy.
You're welcome.
Something that should have happened a long time ago.
Ouch.
Because you know how these people, and it's starting with the orange dick face himself,
Yeah.
Russia hoax. It's a Russia. It's all the Russian hoax. France and Ukraine sent Trump some erroneous, purposely wrong information, classified information, to see if he would share it with Putin. And he went directly to Putin within an hour of getting this information. This should have happened a long time ago. But
yeah, I agree. They should have done it a long time ago.
Yeah. So for people who are still clinging to, the Russia stuff was all a hoax, why does he run to Putin the second he gets information? Like, obviously.
Have you seen the videos of the Russian soldiers using African soldiers and strapping mines to them and making them run into Koreans?
No.
What?
What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah,
Dude,
what the fuck are you talking about?
I'll find it.
Yeah, because the North Koreans are actually sending troops to help Russia.
Find it.
In Ukraine.
You got 3 seconds to find it, or shut the fuck up. Okay. I'm sorry. I need a little
it's okay, buddy. You're stressed out. I understand.
I need a little more coffee.
You do need more coffee. The dog needs more coffee.
Yeah, I do. I'm out of Mind Dog coffee, and I got to start on a chock full of nuts. I know chock full of nuts is a heavenly coffee, so I'm down with that, I guess.
And why aren't there more people out there just saying, like, this whole child abuse thing? Why are we even still putting up with this? The whole Epstein shit.
They're not going to release all the rest of it now. They're just like refusing. They're refusing.
Nothing. Yeah.
Oh, here it is.
Just keep layering on the guilt, because that's all you're doing.
Russia has been accused, based on video evidence, of strapping landmines to African mercenaries and ordering them to run into Ukrainian fortifications.
And that's like, what if I don't? What if I just stay right here?
That's what the video is. That's what the video is. The video is the guy saying, "I don't want to go," and they're saying, "We'll go, or we'll just shoot the mine." And they're just like, they're forcing him to go, and he's like crying.
No, well, if you're gonna blow up the mine, I'll stand right next to you. Go ahead, do it. You're strapping a mine to me and tell me run that way. I'm gonna hug you. Okay, now what? Now what do? You have to let me go.
Yeah.
Yeah, or deactivate the mine. You see how that works?
Oh, it's so sad. It's sad to watch. Oh.
What? Yeah. Are you watching Snuff?
Now that's stupid. And the other here, that doesn't sound real to me. I don't know what your sources are. It just doesn't sound feasible. It doesn't sound logical. It doesn't sound.
It's like shooting the pilot in the head. Well, the plane's going to crash anyway. You strap a mine to somebody, you're putting yourself at risk.
Yeah, and not only that, why would you use Africans? They don't blend in. You'd want to use Russians. No. I'm just saying, a Russian and a Ukrainian don't look that different. So if you're going to like send somebody in,
probably because to the Russians, they're disposable.
What I'm saying is, but they wouldn't get anywhere. The Ukrainians know that all of their soldiers are white, some black guy comes running up and just shoot
You're
him.
missing the Dirty Dozen thing. When they send the fastest guy, Jim Brown, he's saying have him run in. You want the guy who can run fastest. That's why they're choosing Africa.
Yeah, they're not asking them to go blend in.
Let me refer to you, my friend Jimmy the Greek. He will explain to you why they're using Africans to run in.
But in Dirty Dozen, he was not running toward the enemies. He was running and dropping bombs.
Okay, well, think about it.
Grenades into little air vents.
That's what they're doing too.
No, look, they're dropping.
They're running towards strongholds.
They're having black guys run at night to Ukrainian fortifications.
Oh, that's why it's at night too.
It's why would you send a shiny white guy?
As long as he doesn't smile.
Yeah, as long as he's not smiling. He was crying, so there's no smiling happening. It's fine.
Yeah.
He's not exposing himself.
There you go.
Now, if he was exposing himself, maybe he could get closer to some of the Ukrainian women.
Carl, happy Martin Luther King Day over there in the non-existent Martin Luther King celebration.
What fucking country is Carl Mann in right now? Where in the world is Carl Mann at now? No? Okay. Well, I'll go fuck myself. That's Carmen San Diego. Carmen San. What the fuck, guys? Come on.
We don't Christ. Do that here.
You mean Carl Mann San Diego?
Carl Mandingo.
Carl Mandingo. No.
All right. I went and saw a movie last night, gentlemen.
Which movie?
Yeah. I went with a friend. We saw the movie The Housemaid. And
you went to a porno flick with a friend?
And let's just say I can see why that movie is definitely picking up steam. Because
who's the chick? It's
Sydney Sweeney and Amanda Seyfried is in it.
Sydney Sweeney.
I don't even know if I've ever heard of that.
Has Sydney Sweeney ever done any nude scenes?
Yes.
Yeah.
She's nude
years ago.
All right, let me see him. Come on, share him. Come on.
You can Google it. I'm not doing your homework for you, you perv. Like if you want it, you can get it.
Yeah, ruin your own algorithm.
I know I'm not doing that. I'm not screwing up.
And my algorithm is set up for specific things: women, bizarre, straight up murders, and car races.
Sydney Sweeney isn't a woman. Is that a guy? Sydney?
She's a lot of woman.
Yes.
She is a lot of woman. So why doesn't Ron already have a picture of her naked that he could share with?
Because he has because he's. I don't know, Ron. Why don't you?
I'm just curious. Is she really that hot? Because
she's very attractive. She's very attractive.
I wouldn't kick her out of the bed. But I'm just saying, they make her like she's like the hottest thing since sliced bread. She's cute.
That's PR. But she's a very attractive actress.
I want to know if she got saggy tits. That's what I want.
Not
Jesus
yet.
Christ.
Not yet.
Well, how do I know that? You say, have you seen a naked GD?
Not in person, so it could be doctored.
So you don't know she's got. That's all I'm saying.
This is how you can tell when another woman looks at a woman and goes, "Wow," that's how you know. And there's a lot of women who look at her and go, "Wow."
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of women that look at like.
Unfortunately, we don't have any women
and
in
go,
our chat
wow.
room, do we? Do we have any women in the chat room? And can you express your wow?
This place is a sausage fest. Everyone knows that.
Oh yeah, there's more testosterone here than. Well, I don't know.
Well, let's not get crazy. I'm just saying this is a sausage fest.
And in California, is Sydney Sweeney sexy?
See, now you're interpreting for her because she's not in our chat room.
No, I asked.
Then contact me
she's
by
not
email.
in our chat room. Only you can see it, so we're gonna have to take your word for her answer.
No, I can show you.
You son of a bitch trying to lie.
No, I will show you what happens on my phone. I don't have a problem with defending myself. I'm not going to lie.
We can't see that.
Hey, you just got a GD.
She hasn't said anything. She hasn't said anything yet.
GD, you just got a grinder notification.
Says I don't know who she is. Really? I didn't know. You know what? I don't find that hard to believe because I didn't know who she was until that jeans commercial came out. I didn't know anything about it until a controversy over the jeans thing.
Well, yeah, you got to know a little bit about pop culture. You probably know who she is.
Yeah, I don't know anything about pop culture. I think we've established that.
The first time I became aware of her existence was when I was on the cruise. There was a movie, I can't remember the name of the movie. I think it was called Anybody But You or Anyone But You. And he goes, I want to check this movie out. I think my wife might like it because she likes rom-coms. So we watched that movie to see if that was something that he could watch with his wife because they like rom-coms.
And was it?
You saying ron-cons?
Ron-cons, yeah.
Ron's a
yeah,
con?
she likes to watch ron-cons.
Nice.
No, see, that's not right.
Yeah, he did say he was going to watch it with his wife, but I don't know if he ever did or not.
No.
But for me, I think it depends on the lighting. I really do, because there's some faces that she makes and go like, oh, okay, no.
Well,
yeah, not going to win.
It's like the lady I was telling you about, Matt, with the lady that was like, she was between 6 foot, 6'2", and 6'1", 6'2", somewhere in there. Tall blonde woman, but she had little tiny teeth, and if she doesn't smile, she's really, really gorgeous. But if she smiles, just those little tiny teeth, you go like, okay, I forgot what the rest of her looks like.
You know, I posted a reel of you talking about little rat teeth.
Yes, you did.
And all of us that did very well. I mean, it looked like this morning I just posted and like had 200 views in the first 10 seconds. Like, oh, people are into rat teeth. I think it said rat teeth right in the title there somehow. She had little rat teeth, and I guess that got people all excited. Oh, rat teeth! I got to see that. I don't know.
See, like I said, sausage fest, but not testosterone.
Let me see.
That is fair
enough. Yeah, rat teeth is doing there.
Okay. Anne's reaction was wowza. Okay, I can try to show you. Yeah, wowza.
Wow. So it's leveled off. Her smile was
there it is.
Little rat teeth.
You can
now
see
I changed
right
the title. Actually, I changed the title and it stopped.
I'm trying to show you that I'm not making it up. You're not even paying attention.
Wowza.
So fuck it.
Her smile was actually terrifying, is actually what I changed the title to. BitIQ changed the title to that, and it stopped getting views at that point. I should change it back to the rat teeth then.
Hey, Steven, did you check out Marcello's stand-up special on Netflix?
Not yet.
Who?
Who? I forget Marcello's last name.
Marcel
from SNL.
Marcello's Marceau.
But his stand-up special is pretty solid.
I'll have to check it out.
Pretty solid. That's a rave from Ron.
It is, because I don't enjoy what he does on Saturday Night Live for the most part. So
Slaptail is saying, I don't know who she is, you humans. No, he knows who she is, right? Because he's got porn up the wazoo. He's a porn collector.
I thought he was a connoisseur. Is he a collector? And I don't know.
I don't know either. I don't know anything.
I thought he was a connoisseur where he just like was really, really like could break it down.
Welcome to sausage in the morning.
He could break it down to like the basic things, like a wine connoisseur. You know, you could be a wine connoisseur, but not really be a wine drinker. You just taste it and spit it out.
Yeah, I'm not into that whole like take a sip, sniff it, and spit it out stuff. If you're gonna drink wine, drink wine.
You're gonna swallow. So we know that Matt swallows.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
All right. Let's hear it. Let's hear him. Go ahead.
All right, I'll be back when he's done.
I am happy to join with you today in what will go down in history as the greatest demonstration for freedom in the history of our nation. Five score years ago, a great American in whose symbolic shadow we stand today signed the Emancipation Proclamation. This momentous decree came as a great beacon light of hope to millions of Negro slaves who had been seared in the flames of withering injustice. It came as a joyous daybreak to end the long night of their captivity. But 100 years later, the Negro still is not free. 100 years later, the life of the Negro is still sadly crippled by the manacles of segregation and the chains of discrimination. 100 years later, the Negro lives on a lonely island of poverty. I have a dream that one day
Why the audio just changed?
will rise up, live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal.
Why'd the audio change like that?
I have a dream that one day on the red hills of Georgia, sons of former slaves and the sons of former slave owners will they be able to sit down together at the table of brotherhood. I have a dream that one day, even the state of Mississippi, a state sweltering with the heat of injustice, sweltering with the heat of oppression, will be transformed into an oasis of freedom and justice. I have a dream. My poor little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today. I have a dream that one day, down in Alabama, with its vicious racists, with its governor having his lips dripping with the words of interposition and nullification. One day right there in Alabama, little black boys and black girls will be able to join hands with little white boys and white girls as sisters and brothers. I have a dream today. Dream that one day every valley shall be exalted, and every hill and mountain shall be made low, the rough places will be made plain, and the crooked places will be made straight, and the glory of the Lord shall be revealed, and all such shall see it together. This is our hope. This is the faith that I go back to the South with. With this faith, we will be able to hew out of the mountain of despair a stone of hope. With this faith, we will be able to transform the jangling discords of our nation into a beautiful symphony of brotherhood. With this faith, we will be able to work together, to pray together, to struggle together, to go to jail together, to stand up for freedom together, knowing that we will be free one day. This will be the day when all of God's children will be able to sing with new meaning, my country tears of thee. Sweet land of liberty of thee I sing. Land where my fathers died, land of the pilgrim's pride. From every mountainside, let freedom ring. And if America is to be a great nation, this must become true. And so let freedom ring. From the prodigious hilltops of New Hampshire, let freedom ring. From the mighty mountains of New York, let freedom ring. From the heightening Alleghenies of Pennsylvania, let freedom ring. From the snow-capped Rockies of Colorado, let freedom ring. From the curvaceous slopes of California. But not only that, Let freedom ring from Stone Mountain of Georgia. Let freedom ring from Lookout Mountain of Tennessee. Let freedom ring from every hill and molehill of Mississippi, from every mountainside. Let freedom ring, and when it happens, when we allow freedom ring, when we let it ring from every village and every hamlet, from every state and every city, we will be able to speed up that day when all of God's children, black men and white men, Jews and Gentiles, Protestants and Catholics, will be able to join hands and sing in the words of the old Negro spiritual, free at last, free at last, thank God Almighty, we are free at.
Hey, what happened? What happened? What the hell is going on around here? Let's see. Well, no, I can't do anything. I'm stuck. Oh, I know what's going on around here. That's going on around. Oh, look, we got an empty room where we once had a fat Amish joke thief pedophile. Anyway, that was a short 6 minutes and 30 seconds. I don't know. I'd be like, is that all there is? Come on. I came all the way here from New York. Come on, 6.5 minutes. I didn't even get my fucking beer open yet. So, you know, I never noticed that white cop that's standing next to him. He seemed a little uncomfortable. Yeah, he didn't run away. That's good for him. It's awfully bright.
He's probably afraid he's going to get shot at because like I'm not wearing a vest.
Yeah, I gotta do this because Steven's way too bright over here. He's way too bright for an empty room. We need that big Amish belly to kind of absorb some of that light or something. It's just irritatingly bright.
No one's ever accused Steven of being bright before.
I know. Well, he's not bright. He sucks up the brightness. He's a bright. He's like a black hole in a universe of light. That's where he is. Anyway, so he's gone. You know, I think it's important to kind of at least play the speed. You know, I know you've heard it 1,000 times. I've heard it probably at least 10 times. But you know what? People need to hear it. It's just then not that we have. I'm sure people tuned out, right? They just say, fuck that. People on the radio just went, I'm not listening to that. None of it came true. Well, it came true for a minute, and then we went back.
Well, I think part of it came true. I've been to the mountaintop. I may not get there with you. No.
Well,
yeah, it's just some people are doing their level best to push it backwards.
There's a little bit of dig it. I mean, obviously, now nobody was happy with Mississippi at the time. You know, all the shit that was going on in Mississippi and still goes on in Mississippi. But mountains everywhere, and Mississippi got molehills. Like, wait a minute. I get it, but I mean, they don't have mountains in Mississippi anyway, do they? Probably not. I don't know. But I don't know. Every molehill in Mississippi. It's like every fucking dirtbag white supremacist shithole. I don't know. He didn't call their mother skank whores like I would have. Anyway. It's good speech, but you know, it's 6.5 minutes, and we've moved on. Right now, it's let's just grab up them spicks and niggers and get them out of this country. Right? Well, this is a white man's land. This is white Christian land. And welcome to Magmerica. Right? Yes, that's what we're all about.
Mississippi has 231 named mountains, according to this.
How many molehills? Go ahead, Google it.
804.
804. All right. So did we? Is that with inflation? Oh
no, that's with erosion. That's with erosion.
Dude, you gotta take up a little more room. Kill some of that light with your big fat head. There you go. There you go. Anyway, let me get out of this thing. So yeah. All right. So long. That's the show for you. I don't know. What else do we do here? There's nothing else to do here. This week, Friday. Ron, you're going to be here Friday? Because I don't think you were here last Friday. Were you here last Friday and I just didn't notice? No.
I should be here, I think.
I got the makers of a film called String Theory, all guitar, an entire full-length movie about guitars. And you know my position. I don't love guitars. I hate fucking guitars. I think we have too many guitars. I think there are probably more guitars in America than people, and we don't need them. Can you eat the guitars? No. But
now, are they going back to? Is this like the history of guitars when they're going back to when only women played guitars?
Only women played guitars
in the very beginning. Yeah, it was women that played guitars. It was not.
What does that even mean?
It was considered a feminine instrument.
I did not know that.
Is
that accurate or is that folklore? Is that history or folklore?
That was history as far as I was taught it.
Yeah, but so all folklore is history as far as people are taught it.
Let me see here.
Lawyered.
I'm not saying it's not true. I'm just asking because I've never heard that before.
Only women played guitars.
Only women bleed. I think you're singing it wrong. No, I'm not really interested in that. I'm not interested in that. No, I don't care about app developers. Go away. Stop emailing me. Stop texting me. Everybody wants.
Okay, this is Google.
Google.
Historically, the guitar was often associated with women, particularly in early times when it was seen as a woman's instrument.
Because of the shape.
Critics believe that the guitar was suitable for women because it was associated with simple, unpretentious music. And it was
it's shaped like this, and it's got a nice hole right there.
Oh my God!
To embody a feminine role.
What, I'm wrong, Stephen? You think I'm wrong?
No, you're not wrong at all.
You want to see?
Yeah, show me your nice hole.
It says the perception began to change in the 1960s.
In the 60s, you say?
What?
That's what I'm just saying. Perception began to change.
In the 60s.
Saying, that's what it says.
That feels very late.
Even if
it does feel late. Yeah, it does feel late.
But thing is because you had blues and all that in rock and roll, like in the 50s and the late 40s, right?
Elvis with his little Elvis thing.
It could be a typo. Maybe they mean 1860s. I don't know. I'm just telling you what it says here. Mm-hmm. I don't exactly understand that sentence. I don't know what they mean by it. It says began to change. Perceptions began to change.
I was watching a little Joan Jett thing last night. She was talking about how women weren't allowed weren't allowed to rock. This is what her perception of when she was in the Runaways. It was just like women weren't allowed in the music industry. I was like, that's not true. There were plenty of they weren't necessarily a lot of female bands, but there were a lot of females kicking ass in the music charts forever, even going back before there was rock and roll. Women
maybe she meant I don't know what she
probably meant from her perspective, because really when Joan Jett came, she was really one of the only female rockers at the time that came out, played her guitar loud and shit like that.
Well, I think we also have to remember too is they had very limited worldview because there was no internet, so they couldn't just be like, oh, female guitar players or female rock stars, so she probably felt super alone in that time.
Well, to Gene's point about the guitar being Big Mama Thornton, Hound Dog. I mean, this wasn't unknown about. There were lots of women who were just like rocking out, and they were big on the charts. I mean, when Joan Jett was a baby, girl groups were a thing. So this idea that women
weren't really playing like punk or like really hard rock, though.
Nobody was then. I mean, but as music evolves, the women went along with the ride. Nobody was playing rock and roll until
if it weren't rare, it wouldn't have made a big deal. Like Karen Carpenter was an excellent drummer, but if the women drummers were everywhere, nobody would have said how it wouldn't have been like, have you checked out Karen Carpenter as a drummer? It's So it's like there's so many men drummers out there. It's like nobody makes a big deal out of a good male drummer. But if a good female drummer comes on, everybody's like, wow, have you checked out so-and-so? She's subbing for Neil Peart. Have you checked out, and I can't remember the woman that was like considered the greatest drummer in the world at one point. I can't even remember her name now.
Well, I think there is a woman now playing Neil Peart, isn't there?
Yeah, that's why I just can't remember her name. I know it's a German name. She's German. I can't remember her name though. Yeah. So now the trains and the band will run on time.
And Joan was saying how she was worried that she was going to get fired from the Runaways because they wanted to be more of a metal thing, and she was trying to go punkish, punk pop. But then she was complaining about the sexualizing of women in music. And then she comes out with, do you want to touch me? Do you want to touch me? Do you want to touch me there? It's like, wait a minute. Are you complaining about it, or are you just jealous that you didn't jump on it first? Because she definitely was making
well, she might be referencing to like Stephen. All the creepy guys that were in the music industry.
No, cock rock was what she was talking about. Robert Plant and all that. Yeah. But
they were probably disappointed that she was a lesbian. They were probably disappointed that she was a lesbian. And she's like, I'm not interested, guys. I just want to play.
Stephen, you never heard the term cock rock before?
No, that's not a thing I've heard.
It's a thing.
Huh.
I mean, at this point, though, it would be considered like limp cock rock because it's not cock rock.
Viagra rock.
Yeah. Stephen, you buy this joke from Heavy Kev. Buy it from him because you need some new material anyway. Dave Landau's taking a vacation, so you have nothing to steal from. So,
wow.
Right. All right, so we want to close today. I mean, there's nothing to talk about here. Tomorrow there's a guest. We're going to talk about Jesus again tomorrow, I think.
Fun.
What's his name?
Is it Christ? Probably ends.
No, not Jesus. Not the Jesus, the author who's going to be on tomorrow. You're in books. Russ? Is it Russ Granger? Somebody Granger. His last name is Granger. Anyway, he's a Christian author. You're in books is what he wants to talk about. He'll be here tomorrow. And then Wednesday and Thursday, no guest scheduled. I got to get on that, don't I? And then Friday, we'll talk about String Theory, a movie about guitar. And, a lot of guitar players hate me because I've been very vocal about it's guitar. Fine, it's but there are other instruments out there. We don't need to go verse, chorus, guitar solo, chorus, and out. Put a glockenspiel solo in there. Put a French horn. Yeah, glockenspiel or a French horn or a English horn.
What about didgeridoo?
More sax. That's what we need. More sax. I want so much sax dripping off the song. It's just.
I'll take a kazoo solo over a guitar solo at this point. Like, is there anything on the guitar that hasn't? You got all these, tipper tappers and guitar's overdone. It's just an overdone instrument. Put it down. Pick up a sousaphone. Now, Stephen, what's a sousaphone? Come on.
Is that a kazoo that's had a sex change?
No, it's like a tuba. It's basically a tuba.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you could try to do it as the Stairway to Heaven guitar solo on a tuba, but you would probably blow out your spleen doing it. Or do like Eruption. Play Eruption on a tuba.
I feel like I've heard some rock stuff done with clarinet before.
One what?
Didn't that what Jethro Tull? Didn't that guy play the fucking clarinet or
No. I had a buddy who was getting his master's in music, and he was a clarinet player, and he did this clarinet piece, and it was based on a guitar fucking piece. I don't remember. I'll have to ask him one day.
Yeah, clarinet's a fucking annoying instrument.
I thought so too, but he made it sound pretty good. But it was
I would at this point. I was just going to say clarinet's a pretty annoying instrument, but I would take it over one more guitar solo. Put a fucking clarinet solo in the middle of something.
Well, like 6 months to a year ago, Andre 3000 of Outkast released a jazz flute album.
He did. That's right.
Wow.
From rapper to jazz flutist.
They were so fucking huge in the early 2000s. What happened to them? They just like.
Oh yeah, and my wife just reminded me Lizzo plays the flute as well.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Yeah.
So the drummer that I was, the first drummer that we had in our band in the 80s was a classical flute player, but he didn't want to play flute. He wanted to play drums. He hated but he was a classical flute player.
The guy who replaced me in the Rocket 45s also plays flute while he's trying to play guitar, and he
whoa, because flute is an instrument where you need like 8 fingers to play one note, right?
Not really. If someone knows how to play the flute well, they can do it with minimal fingers, and they could just play it for a while.
He's terrible. He's terrible at everything. I mean, I don't say this because he replaced me. I know the guy for longer than anybody. He has no sense of rhythm whatsoever and never could play rhythm guitar or anything. He's a shredder. He's got fast fingers. He tries to play the flute and guitar at the same time and sucks at both of them. And he's just like an egomaniac. Like he thinks...
is he married?
Nobody's looking at the singer in the front, man. Look at me play the flute and guitar at the same time. Sometimes play the guitar with the flute. It's just awful. It's just fucking
now again. The flute is not exactly smooth around. It's got like these bumps and ridges, and
there is a little section of it that you can use as a
small section. I mean, I can see like banging maybe. But
he's sliding.
You got to keep.
He doesn't have an open tuning,
and you got to keep that reed wet too.
Well,
you need the right amount.
There's no reed on a flute.
Yeah, there's no reed on the flute.
You're just using your lip on that hole.
Right. I said. Well, it was my stepfather's flute. But
God!
I was learning.
Make sure you put your mouth on
Mike thinks you blew your stepfather. That's why, because you talked about putting your stepfather's flute in your mouth. And that's where Blind Mike.
Well, I never put it in my mouth. I put it under my lip. That's proper technique.
That's close enough. Who's fighting? What's going on? There's people in the background here.
Now, my wife said, "Yeah, you get with a flute, you got to put it under your lips and below."
Yeah, and below.
Yeah.
You know what, Rod? You're a lucky man.
Oh, I am. No doubt there.
So I have work to do. It's not a holiday for me. We don't celebrate these things over here. Actually, I do, but
we only celebrate suffering.
Well, isn't there a white guy we could celebrate today? I mean, does it?
There is.
I'm sure they're coming up with somebody.
No, there's a general. I think it's General Lee Davis. I think that's who it is because
Charlie Kirk Day?
in some of the southern states, when they made Martin Luther King a federal holiday, they already had a state holiday for General Davis.
You know what? Maybe we should add a Charlie Kirk Day onto that, because especially the way Kirk celebrates by just spraying confetti everywhere. It's crazy.
It's the General Davis holiday. I think that's today in some southern states.
What about Arizona? They still don't celebrate this. It's a federal holiday, but one state says no.
I'm losing my men for anal getting anal audience right now.
MAGA.
Oh wait, yeah. Hey, MAGA guys, how are you?
I'm sorry, Robert E. Lee's birthday.
How are you accepting the higher prices on lube currently? Is this affecting your love life with the tariffs and the increased price on KY jelly? Let's say
KY jelly.
I thought it was just the flavored ones that went up.
No, it's all across the board.
We can celebrate the fictional character Huckleberry Finn and his friendship with Jim.
Oh,
I think General Robert E. Lee's birthday is celebrated in the southern states, and that was the conflict because when they wanted to make Martin Luther King a federal holiday, it just so happens that there was a state holiday.
Neil Brennan has a great Huck Finn joke. It is perfect.
Huh. Well, we're definitely demonetized for today, no doubt about it. What's going on here? People just don't stop with the fucking communications here. Text messages all fucking day long.
I remember the first time I got demonetized.
It was in the backseat of a Cadillac. What happened? You want to tell us about it?
No, I did have sex in my first car, which was a 1979 shit brown Dodge Aspen.
Wow.
The first car I had sex in was a 1991 Eurovan Volkswagen.
Mine was a 1970 station wagon.
Nice.
Yeah.
And
full length body. You could just
Matt's first car was a Model T.
It was a rumble seat. Had the rumble seat.
You know, that would you talk about that like that would be shameful or whatever.
Not now.
Yeah, it's funny.
Well, no, even then, I did go to try to buy a Model T at one point. A guy wanted $18,000 for it, and I was trying to talk him down to like 12 or something. So Model Ts.
What kind of shape was it in?
It was refurbished heavily, but
okay.
It wasn't like the original.
Okay, yeah. Then that's a lot for when it's not original parts.
And it wouldn't ride. Like, you couldn't drive it more than like 20 miles an hour. The thing was fucking slow as hell and completely open. You couldn't drive it in the winter. Like $18,000 is a lot for a car you can only drive on weekends on a sunny day. Not on main roads. You'd have to stick to like residential.
It sounds like
and don't hit any bumps. Don't hit any gravelly roads.
Yeah.
So it sounds like you would have been better off losing your virginity in a horse and buggy.
And can we also say that parents back then were just as terrible as they are now? Because if you're a parent and someone comes to pick up your daughter and they show up in a van or like a fucking long ass station wagon, like you're not putting two to two together. Like
shaggin' wagon, baby. Let's go.
There was a video of Elon's father on Twitter the other day, and because they were taking this quote from Elon talking about how he started with nothing, and then they had a video of his father saying his first car. I was going to give him a Mercedes-Benz, but no, him and his brother both first car Rolls Royce. Your first car. Like in high school, you're driving a Rolls Royce. Yeah, you started with nothing. Sounds like your first fucking car was a $150,000 or more than that, even back in the 60s or something, 70s, whatever his first car was.
There was a guy I knew in high school whose first 3 cars were Corvettes, and each one he wrecked, and so his father bought him a new Corvette. So he had a Corvette, so a new one. Not like a used one, a new one. He wrecked it within a year, so his father bought him another new one. He wrecked it, that one. He got the third one, and I just said, your father should either stop. I mean, I can't tell his father what to do with his money, but at least don't buy a new one. Get him a used one, or something, but don't encourage him.
Get him pre-wrecked.
Yeah, yes. I don't know if you remember this or not, Matt. You're probably too young to remember this. There used to be a toy truck for kids called the Big Bruiser. And the Big Bruiser was a tow truck. And it came with 2 cars. It came with a car. It was in mint condition, but also you could have the wrecked version. You could like snap off some of the fenders and put on a dented version so you could tow it away. So you could have the pre-accident and the post-accident car by just snapping on a different front I guess you don't remember the Big Bruiser's Mag because you're staring like you have no fucking idea.
Nah, I have no.
You probably didn't play with trucks when you were a boy.
I don't remember why I got here, how I got here this morning, and I don't remember the driving here at all. Maybe I didn't drive. Maybe I just walked. Anyway, I'm gonna end this thing now. I got to do. I don't know if I told you this. I'm building websites for people and doing. They got me working for a living over here.
Smoothdaddies.com.
Yeah.
Wow, it was made by Marx. I did not remember that part.
We got
By
the
who?
hottest dads on the internet.
It was made by
Smooth
Marx.
as can be.
Marx.
Groucho
Yes.
or
Yeah.
Carl?
One of
Take
each.
a break and yank your crank to smoothdaddies.com.
All right. I had a nightmare that one day ICE would be marching down the streets and just coming for everybody, coming for me. They'll be coming for me.
Well, I can't.
When did you become such a liberal, man?
I can't wait for them to take guns. That's going to be funny. That is going to be something else.
They're already doing that.
Yeah, it's going to happen, and so I don't like. Hey, Second Amendment, bleeding hearts, get your muscles out of your asses. What are you doing, guys?
This is exactly what they were talking about when their argument for why we need the Second Amendment to fight against our own government when they come for your guns, and they come just with the overwhelming force of military in our streets. This is why you need guns, right? And then it happens, and you're like, no, I like that. Yeah, let's shoot moms in the face. That whole thing where the guy, they're trying to say, well, he was fearing for his life in the moment. Even if you buy that, which I don't, because she wasn't trying to hit him, and he knew she wasn't trying to hit him. He fired 2 shots in the back of her head while she was already like gone. She had already left his area, and he fired 2 shots in the back of her head. That to me is intent to kill, without
basic training tells you not to get in front of an occupied vehicle to begin with. So he should not have been in front of the vehicle so his life should never have been in danger to begin with. He did that on his own.
Right.
And she's turning away from him.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and he shot her right in the face, but then when she was out of the area, he turned
Jesus
back
Christ.
and shot her twice in the head.
I think I saw that at the Smithsonian.
Yeah, see, Matt, that's the Big Bruiser. And you see that little gray part on the
God.
ground in front of the car?
Yeah, that's
the dent up. That's the dent up fender that you can put on there so that you can pretend the car was in an accident. But look at that. I don't remember that car looking the car that's being towed, the truck that's being towed. I do not remember it looking like that at all. I thought it was more like a Buick or something.
All right, get it out of my face.
So you don't remember that? Okay.
Get it out of my face.
It's still not as cool as the Hess truck.
Well, I knew a guy. Can't say I know him anymore because I don't even know if he's still alive anymore.
He's dead.
But he had every Hess truck that was ever every Hess truck that was ever made available in the gas stations, and he had unopened boxes of them. He had a case the length of his wall, in his basement, just filled with them. And his whole idea was that he was going to give them to one of his kids, and his kids didn't want him. And then he says, well, I'll give him to one of the grandkids. His grandkids didn't want him. And I kept thinking, I wonder if I can get this old white guy to like me enough to give me this collection.
I have at my parents' house, there are up in their attic. My stepdad's got a whole bunch of Hess trucks.
Wow.
In the original boxes and all that shit.
That's worth money. That is.
Does he have a Rudolph Hess truck where it goes from Germany into England?
No, but he does have some. He does have some German marching Nazi music. He's got a couple albums of that from the Third Reich.
Well, we call it the last Reich. Not like it was the last one ever. It was the last one up until now. So it's not. Do you guys know?
So now they call it the most recent Reich.
Yeah, the most recent. Well, no, the most recent Reich is now.
Yeah, that's
so
yeah,
the
that's what I'm
last
saying. There must be, yeah.
yeah. The 20th century, right? You heard of this guy Michael Cohen? You heard of him?
Yeah, didn't he do music? Yeah, I'm a Yankee Doodle
Well,
Dandy.
he was Trump's like fixture. I'll take a bullet for Donald Trump, and
Oh,
then
that Cohen.
yeah,
Michael Cohen.
Michael Cohen. Then he went and testified in front of Congress and said, and he went to jail and was under house arrest even after he was out of jail and was like anti-Trump. And then he was on the Midas Network talking about Trump and all. Now he flipped back and saying the Democrats made him say all that stuff for the last 6 or 7, 8 years, whatever the fucking long he's been on the anti-Trump thing. He's trying to get back in Trump's good graces by saying, "Oh, the Democrats made me say all that stuff."
I mean, besides like the hardcore people that are following him, I mean, aren't most people saying like it's so obvious that it's a lie? Because like if everything is a hoax, then that tells me that everything you're saying is true. Then you're basically confessing, even though officially you're not. But like everything that's being presented to me, it's like, oh yeah, these people are guilty 100%. It's so obvious.
Yeah, but this thing with Cohen is it's interesting to me because he actually thinks that you can get back in like after going. He had Mea Culpa and whatever the other one was called. 2 podcasts he did with the Midas Touch Network where he was constantly saying Trump is a pedophile, Trump is this, Trump is that, Trump does the N-word all the time. And now he's thinking, you know what, I could just say they made me say that, like, and they'll just accept me back. Like, no, you're a man on an. Everybody hates you now. You got no fucking home. But he thinks somehow he can talk his way back into MAGA's arms. Like, oh, I was just kidding. The Democrats made me say all that shit. Remember, these are the guys. This guy wouldn't pardon you. He would let you sit in jail, and then
it's just a desperation for power.
Desperation. That's what I don't get because he was making money with the Midas Touch people and kind of. So
his concern was always okay. My understanding was that his concern was always the safety of his children and his wife. So I don't know if there's any kinds of threats or something. I don't know, but that was the big thing with him for the longest time is that he didn't want them coming after his kids and his wife because that was one of the things that made him confess, so to speak. Because they said they was going to go after his wife.
Right, but how he thinks that somehow he has a safe place to land by just after all this time going back and saying, I didn't mean it, man. The Democrats made me say this stuff. You can't get any dumber than that. Like
you can, but why try?
How
before we should also acknowledge that, the world's largest collection of cuckolds is the United States Congress. So please honor them today. That's something to be proud of.
Collection of what?
Cuckolds.
Oh.
Yeah. That's something to be proud of, America. You're making the full swing into your bisexuality.
Yeah. All right. That's it. We're out. So plug shit. Go ahead, plug shit. I dare you.
Tonight is Mr. Tongue at HMAC. Show starts at 8. Comic sign up 7:45. We might get.
You're not honoring the holiday by taking off? That's disgusting.
No. Well, I'll be performing in blackface.
All right, that's fair.
Then I got shows coming up in February. You just go check my socials. All the links are there.
Yep, right. I got January 30th on the river in St. Joe, Michigan, and then
what river is that?
I think it's on the St. Joe River.
River.
And then Cat's Apples Comedy Festival in April and May. And then I have every weekend in May booked in Indianapolis. So,
well, May is not coming. Forget about May. We're not making it that far. All right. I'm out. I'm totally done with this. I'm just why even bother, right? We should just
Well,
look at this. Look at this. All right, I'm calling it a day.
All right.
Tomorrow, somebody, Granger, I think it's Russ Granger. We'll talk about Jesus stuff. Right.
Nice.
Ron, well, do you have any scripture you want us to ask him about, Ron? Like something on page 84 or something?
Page 69.
Yeah. No, I mean, one of my favorites is Proverbs 45:17. And Matthew said unto him, bend over this rock, and I'll show you how much the Lord loves you.
Oh.
Huh.
Hi, man.
All right. What? All right, man, what?
I said, hi, man.
Hi, man? All right. Go ahead, Stephen, say something.
Oh, turn on your radio.
listen to me, listen to me now. Listen to me, listen to me, listen to me now. Listen to me.